After a magical month cycling in Tajikistan's Wakhan Valley, it was time to head home. But instead of taking the short way back, this time we decided to really see Afghanistan instead of just transiting through it. No guides, no private drivers, and no knowledge of the Pashtun language. It was about to be an adventure. After getting our visa on arrivals at the Sher Khan Bandar border, we spent our first night at a cheap hotel in Kunduz before finding a shared taxi to Mazar-e-Sharif, which low-key ended up being quite the road trip. Mazar is famous for its blue mosque, which we managed to visit, and surprisingly, ice cream. But today's adventure is about neither. Today, we plan to head back in time a few millennium to Old Balkh, a kingdom about an hour away from Mazar and the ancient home of the almost extinct religion of Zoroastrianism. So we found a taxi driver outside of our hotel and set off, unaware that the Taliban were due to be our guides. We're going to be going to Balkh, which is about 12 to 15 miles or maybe even 20 miles away, to see some super old things of the Bactrian kingdom. So Farid, are you ready?
Oh yeah.
We have our driver here with us.
Going to the Balkh district now.
Balkh district, which is like a desert. It's a former super old and historical kingdom of like some few thousand years ago. So if you'd asked me even 2 months ago, I never would have believed you if you told me we'd be backpacking Afghanistan come October. I knew more travelers were going, but it was always one of those someday places for me. I devoured travel guides, and just like virtually everyone who entered this graveyard of empires, I vividly remember reading The Kite Runner, A Thousand Splendid Suns, and The Breadwinner as a child and teen. Infinitely curious of a country on the other side of the world, I always thought that I wanted to go, but I never really imagined it becoming a reality. And then living in Pakistan for years, it was always so close, but at the same time, so far away. So to be cruising down the streets of Mazar-e-Sharif in a classic yellow taxi, headed to the remains of an ancient kingdom I'd read about through the lenses of other intrepid travelers, sure was something out of a fever dream. So after a quick drive, we have come. The Old Balkh sign is like up there, so we're going to be entering and hopefully on our way to see these historical sites. We're not quite sure like what the scene is going to be, because apparently you need some type of security people or whatnot. We'll see. Our driver just went into this store over there, and yeah, hey Farid, how are you feeling?
Excited to go meet Taliban again.
Now entering. This was apparently built in like 900 AD, y'all, so it's hella old, currently being restored as well.
अफगानिस्तान से ने सारा इस्लामी के कश्मीर
खुरासान पूरा उसमें ना
सारा पाकिस्तान हिंदुस्तान और चीन और इस्लामी कश्मीर सबसे पहले मस्जिद है.
अच्छा ये.
We have some of the really old, well-preserved, elements of this. Down there you could even see that there were some colors at some point. All of this is like 1,000 plus years old. Really crazy, very old. And this is the oldest Islamic structure in all of Afghanistan. Traveling has made me love history. I mean, it's easy to when you're surrounded by ancient artifacts, sans any other tourists. In any other country, something this old and incredible would have been full. But here, we had the remnants of the 9th century all to ourselves. Captured a bit of the Haji Piazza here. There's even some more stuff out here, but they said it's like not well preserved. We're gonna be heading with them to another site. These guys are all, TV folks. So they're being very helpful, so we can see all of the locations here in the former Bactrian kingdom. What do you think of the masjid, Farid?
Oh, the architecture is amazing.
Yeah, it's very different from anything we've seen in Pakistan or Sindh or other places. It was called Bactria by the Greeks, and official name was Old Balkh. We're just stopped at a photocopy place, making a copy for a checkpoint picture thing. A permit, excuse me. And then we're going to head this way to the fort. And so we went off to the main attraction, at least for me anyway. The Bala Hisar fortress is what made me put Balkh on my bucket list all those years ago in the first place. And I was most excited to see what was supposed to be a giant swing, my favorite odd hobby.
ये तुम इसके साथ इंग्लिश बोल रहे हैं मैं कह रहा कि पाकिस्तान से होता है शायद उर्दू बोल रहे हैं उर्दू बोल
I have made it to the Bala Hisar, which is a super old fortress, and there's a little shrine here, and then there's like this swing over there, which is very interesting. The fort goes all the way around there, and then we have this, which is like kind of a shrine up there as well. The guys are with us here, and it's kind of crazy because I first heard about this place like back in maybe like 2018, so it's pretty crazy to actually be here. And it's funny because, you know, I heard about the swing as well, which is one of my fave things. Oh yeah, now we're gonna head up.
पहलवान अहमद जमची मेगा पहलवान अहमद जमची ये खैर एक बड़ा एक जोर ताकत आदमी होता है पहलवान का पता हाँ पहलवान के बहुत जोर ताकत आदमी तो
It's pretty good that these guys are now kind of like our de facto translators so we could get into some of the history. Oh wow. Oh wow. And here is the city of Old Balkh. Wow, y'all.
इसके बाद देख रहा है वो इधर से आएगा उधर बात वो नीचे देखे वो फूट जा रहा है
Oh wow.
बल्ख से बल्ख के अंदर है ये बल्ख का अंदर है
So this was it. Old Balkh. A place said to rival Babylon. A thriving center for education, Zoroastrianism, and even Buddhism at one point. Today, somewhat of a town that seemed to sit in the plateau of a high desert. I thought about all this and more on the giant swing, which was clearly and strangely made for adults. And just like that, it was time to leave, though I didn't think any other attraction could really outdo this one.
Dear God, Tony's here with us. Assalamu alaikum.
We're just chilling in the family section of this random restaurant. As y'all can see, like this is actually our first vlog really that we're making. You know, in Afghanistan we have the Torka crossing vlog, but like we didn't really interact with that many people. First vlog of getting into the move of things, but really like they're totally fine, you know, they understand that tourists are like into filming and stuff, so all is going well so far. And after this we're going to eat, and then we have a few more sites to check out in the area, and then we're gonna head back to Mazar. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you. Okay, so we've got our kabali palau, mast, which is yogurt, Pepsi, and then the naan, which is very similar to Tajikistan naan. Quite interesting. A lot of kabali palau happening here. Let's eat. Delhi food is kind of similar to Pakistani food, but in my opinion, it's much better because there are no spices. Like we have the kabali palau, it has raisins, it has meat, it has carrots. We have yogurt, and there's no masala at all in this country. Well, I guess there is some if you want to add it, but it's not inside, so yay. And then we have some grilled meat skewers and tomatoes. But I've never seen tomatoes skewered at a restaurant before. That's cool. You've seen my other vlogs, you know I love meat and like Peshawar meat. The meat here, guys, is absolutely amazing. This is like some braised meat. The meat is just absolutely incredible. Like they have some real special lambs here. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Basically the food is just kind of meat, bread, and like some vegetable things, but apparently there's other dishes that we're gonna be trying to try. So we're back in action at yet another historical area. So this is the Borji Aran, another super ancient historical site here in Old Balkh. So here are some kids up and about. You know, we've entered into this really cool site, which we can kind of see all of Old Balkh from inside of here. In the middle of a desert, grassland 4 miles. I wonder if it had been like back in the heyday. And who would have been in this fort then?
Thank you.
Alright, thank you. And that pretty much finishes up our exploration here of Old Balkh sights and sounds. Bye. See you. Bye. Have a good day. So we have now pretty much come to the end of seeing things out here and about in Balkh. These guys are headed home at their checkpoint location. They were very helpful. So yeah. Alright. Adios. Khuda Hafiz. Sharif covered the car. Our guides have headed out. With our first looks of ancient Afghanistan in the books, we journeyed back to Mazar. I knew the decision to come here had been the right one. As a traveler, nowhere on the planet could compare. This was really as raw and authentic as it gets. And layer by layer, the media that warned me to never visit was being proven wrong.